Welcome to day 25 of 30 days of Photoshop. Today we're going to show you how to match colors perfectly from one photo to another. Hello and welcome back to 30 days of Photoshop. My name is Aaron Nace and today we're going to show you an awesome technique in Photoshop. If you view an image on the internet and you're like, I really like those colors, we're going to show you how to analyze those colors and then duplicate them from one image to another. And you're going to be super surprised. It's actually really easy to do. You can get everything done that you need with a simple levels adjustment layer. Let's jump in and show you how to do it. So here's our download for today. We're going to go ahead and click and drag both of these images into Photoshop. You can click on the link down below to download these totally free if you want to follow along. So I have both of my images that I like right here. Now, I want to start off by showing you there are actually some automatic tools to do this in Photoshop. There's two of them, but neither of them work that well. So let's just go real quick and show you how to do those. Okay, so we're going to go to image and then down to adjustments and over here to match color, which you'd think like, yeah, that's exactly what I want. Now here in match color, you can choose your source. In this case, we're on match color 01. So I want to choose the source of match color 02. So let's click on match color 02 and you can see this is what it's giving us. Now we have some sliders here so I can adjust my luminance, but that's not really getting what I want. We have our color intensity, which just kind of makes it like monochrome or saturated, okay? And then we have our fade. Now, if I do a little bit of fade and kind of play with my color intensity, we can kind of get there, okay? There we go, let's just hit okay. We kind of get there, but that applies to our background layer, which is not preferred, obviously. And it's not exactly what I want. I want a little more control. So let's hit Control Command Z to undo that. Now there is another way to do this in Photoshop, again, using a filter. We're gonna go up here to our filters. We're gonna go down to neural filters. These are AI filters, so they should work a little bit better. And we have an option called color transfer. Let's go ahead and turn that on. Now here you can choose a lot of different presets, but you can also go in here to custom and select an image. Again, we're gonna go to match color 02. There we go. You can see here it is. And then this is what it spits out, trying to match the color of this image. And we can choose to output this onto a new layer. And you're gonna see like, yeah, it looks okay. We're gonna hit okay there. But this isn't exactly what I want either. So whether you're going to image adjustments match color or match color through your neural filters, none of these work that well. Honestly, it's just way easier to do this manually with a levels adjustment layer. All you have to do is kind of analyze your colors a little bit. So let's go ahead and show you that because it works way better. Okay, now we're gonna go to this match color 02. I just want both of these in the same document because I wanna view them side by side. So let's go ahead and grab this match color 02. I'm gonna go to my background and we're gonna click and drag this into the same document as match color 01. Fantastic. Now let's hit C for the crop tool, okay? All we're gonna do is expand our crop. There we are, so we can see everything at the same time. Okay, so we're just making a little bit of a layout here. There we go, let's just click on enter. Fantastic. Now we have our original image. Let's use our move tool to just kind of move this right over here. And let's go ahead and give ourselves a little bit more space at the same time. Okay, so now that I'm looking at both of my images, I have a much better way of comparing them side by side. Let's start off with our eyedropper tool and kind of grab some of the highlight and shadow colors so we have a little bit better idea of what colors we actually like. Let's grab our eyedropper tool right over here. Now I'm going to start here on the right hand side because these are the colors that I want to bring into this image. Now when I click here on our clouds, clouds are usually white, but in this case we can see they're actually a really light yellow. They're not all the way up here and they're not all the way white. They're kind of right here, a light yellow, but not really, really bright. Okay, now we can click here into our shadow colors and you can see we're in neutral colors. Now that has a lot to do with the objects that are in our actual photo. You can see like she's got some more red because she's actually wearing some red sunglasses. But here in the shadow colors, you can see we're moving into our orange colors. But a lot of this, we're kind of like sticking with these yellow tones. And a lot of this, as well as matching color, we're gonna actually work on matching our light values. You can see the shadow values are relatively light on this image. So we wanna make sure we bring up the levels of our shadows. We wanna make that nice and light, and we wanna bring in that nice warm yellowish tone into our highlights and midtones. Okay, now we're gonna simply click on Analyze this other image, which you can see moving over here, we're moving into a little bit more of an orange, into a dull kind of gray, and even into like a greenish color. There's a lot of greens throughout this image, and even in these target neutrals, you can see they're almost like they're almost a greenish color. So we want to do a shift to kind of move those into a yellow color and bring down our highlights. Okay, let's hit cancel. That part was just analyzing both images, but we can actually get most of what we want done with a simple levels adjustment layer. So let's show you how to do it. Right over here in our layer 0, this is the layer that we actually want to work with. I'm just simply gonna close out my contextual taskbar. I don't need it right now. Okay, on this layer, what we're gonna do is use a levels adjustment. So the first thing I wanna do is go ahead and turn this into a smart object. That way I can change my levels adjustment at any time. So let's go to our filter. We're gonna go down to convert for smart filters, and that simply makes this a smart object. Fantastic. Now we can run a levels adjustment directly on this layer. You can do that by hitting Controller Command L for your levels, okay? Or you can just go to Image, down to Adjustments, and over here to Levels, either one. Now I'm gonna just hit OK here. You can see because I made this a smart object, now we have a smart filter that I can turn off and on at any time. And if I wanna adjust my levels, we can just double click and adjust our levels. Fantastic. Okay. So that was a lot of background. Now let's get in and we're gonna actually show you how to use a levels adjustment layer because it's actually way more powerful than a lot of people realize when first looking at it. You can use it to adjust light, but you can also use it to adjust color. So here with our levels, we have an input level slider and an output level slider. Make sure you familiarize yourself with both. So here in our input levels, this is our black point. If I move this from the left to the right, it's gonna make more of my image. Basically, it's gonna take all this information that we have here, it's gonna make it completely black, okay? Here on the right-hand side, we have our white point. It's gonna take all of my information on my image, everything that's to the right of this slider, and it's gonna make it completely white. And here we have our midtones. If I push this to the left, our image gets a little bit brighter in our midtones. If I push it to the right, our image gets darker in our midtones, okay? There we go, and let's just go ahead and reset that. You can hold Alt or Option, and click right here, cancel will turn it to reset, and you can reset it right there, or you can just type in the number 1. Okay, so that's our input levels. Next we have our output levels, and if I click and drag this slider from the bottom up, you're gonna see it's gonna take the darkest part of my image and make it brighter. There we go. If I go from the right to the left, it's gonna take the lightest part of my image and make it darker. So this is taking our input levels, it's gonna move our black point in, and our output levels will make our black point lighter. Our input levels will make our white point, more of my image will be completely white, and our output levels will make my whites darker. Okay, so that's basically how this works. And we're in our RGB color channel. It's a combination of red, green, and blue, which basically just means it's going to work on your brightness of your image. So that's right over here, where it says channel RGB. If it says that, it's just gonna work on light and dark. Now, here we can go into our red channel and actually start to adjust these sliders, and you're gonna see it's gonna put more red into my midtones or more cyan into my midtones, okay? So red and cyan are opposites here. You can do the same thing to add more red to your shadows, or you wanna reduce the reds from your highlights, you can do that here as well. So now you're gonna start to see how powerful this tool really is. Let's go hold Alt or Option and click on Reset there. And we're gonna go into our green channel. So I can click here in my midtones, add more greens into my midtones, or reduce the greens in my midtones, which shows up as magenta. We can do that with our output levels as well. Lighten and add more greens to our shadows. And here we can darken and remove greens from our highlights. There we go. Let's show you the blue channel as well. Here we're gonna move this to the right. It's going to increase the amount of yellows because blue and yellow are opposites. So this is gonna move towards blue and towards yellow. There we go. Now with our output levels, this is going to put more blue into my shadows and more yellows into my highlights. Now, if you're looking at this and you're like, dude, I am super overwhelmed. That was a lot of information. It's okay. It is a lot of information, but I just want to show you how you can move these sliders around to make huge updates to the colors of your image. And the big lesson here is you don't even have to know exactly what you're doing. Just go in here and start moving these sliders around, and in time you're gonna get a little bit more familiar. But the things to remember here are you have red and cyan are going to be your opposites, green and magenta are going to be your opposites, and blue and yellow are going to be your opposites. So if you want to add more yellows to your highlights, for instance, you're going to do it in your blue channel because blue and yellows are opposites. If you wanted to add more red to your midtones, you would do that in your red channel. Okay, so that's kind of the idea. And then again, don't forget, you can, here where it says cancel, you can hold Alt or Option and click there it's just gonna reset everything, okay? And because we made this a smart object, you can go here and make changes at any point in time. So you really can't mess anything up. This is a really great place to learn, and this is one of the most powerful features of Photoshop. So now taking all that information into account, how do we actually adjust the colors of this to make it look more like this? Well, let's start off with our RGB because we are going to adjust colors, but I want to adjust some light as well. So we're going to take our central slider here and we're just going to push this to the left, which is simply going to make my image a little bit brighter. It's going to kind of lighten up some of the shadow levels, and that's looking a little bit more like what we want, right? I can just simply turn this off and on by clicking on the preview. There we go, and it's already looking a little bit better. Now, we mentioned we saw some reds here in our midtones. So let's go here to our red channel, and here's our midtones. So we can simply push this to the left, and we're gonna start to get a little bit more reds into our midtones. Okay, you don't have to go crazy, but just a little bit is gonna look pretty good. Now, again, if you do the wrong thing and you're like, I don't know what I'm doing, just take any of these sliders, move them left or right, and say, does that look closer or does that look closer? So we're just gonna push a little bit of reds into our midtones, and that's looking pretty good. Okay. Next thing we want to do is take some yellows and bring those into our highlights. But remember, we also want to make the highlights a little bit darker. So we just talked about how red and cyan are opposite colors, green and magenta are opposite colors, and blue and yellow are opposite colors. So if I want to add more yellow into my highlights, we're going to do that in our blue channel. Okay. Now, if I grab this, what's going to happen? Oh, we're adding blue into our highlights. Okay. So that's the opposite of what we want. Let's grab this one, and it's going to add more yellows into our highlights. Not only that, but it's actually making my highlights darker at the same time. So it's adding yellows, but it's making my highlights darker. And with this slider, all of a sudden, it's like, wow, that looks a lot more like this image. So we have our blue channel. I'm reducing the amount of blue in my highlights, which basically just turns it into yellow, and bringing that down just a little bit. Okay, we can go into our green channel and see about this. And again, I don't expect you to know exactly. I've been using Photoshop for like 15 years, okay? And I'm still not an expert at this. So I don't expect you to know like, oh, I need to go to my green channel and take this slider and bring it down to 247, that'll be perfect. No, don't put that much pressure on you. Just go to these different color channels, move some things around and see, you know, hey, does that help? Does that hurt? Let me grab this one over here. Is this better or is this worse? Okay. Let me grab this one here in the middle. Is this better? Is this worse? Like that's really all you have to do in this case. Don't put any pressure on yourself to like think that you need to know exactly what each one of these sliders, well, hopefully by the end of this tutorial, you'll kind of like get the idea of what these sliders do, but you don't have to like remember perfectly or know exactly what you want to do them. Mostly I just wanted to show you that you can really like color match perfectly with one simple levels adjustment layer, okay? You can even lighten up your shadows if you wanted to. You can darken down your highlights. If you want to make your overall highlights just a little bit brighter, you could do that as well. There we go. So all this looks pretty good. Let's go ahead and hit OK. And now I can just turn this off and on. So we have these smart filters. So let's just turn that off and on to see our before and after. And that we were able to do with a simple levels adjustment. Let's compare that to what the automatic tool thought we should do. Let's bring this automatic response here. This is what match color actually gave us for our image. So this is what Photoshop decided would actually look good. This is our image before any adjustments were made, and here's after a simple levels adjustment. So by having these images up side by side, by the way, if you find your levels is just too strong, you can double click right over here on your levels adjustment layer to change these settings at any time, okay? Or you can actually click right over here on this, let's double click there, and you can actually bring down the opacity of that levels adjustment layer on this image, okay? So if you're just like, yeah, that looks good, I just want to make it a little bit less strong of an effect, you can do that really easily. Just double click on this icon and you're going to be able to adjust the strength of this levels right here on the image. So the colors look really good. We're done with our image. It's time to export out. Now you actually don't even need to do anything to this document. You can save this as a PSD. If you want to export just this layer, it's really easy. Simply go to this layer. We're going to right click here and go to export as. And then we're just going to choose a JPEG, and you can see it just literally exports only that layer out. We're going to click here on export, and then I'm just going to put this into the right folder. There we go. We can see match color, and then here in your sample images, you're going to be able to get this as well. So we'll just call this match color. There we go. final, hit enter, and we are saved out. So you can have these images side by side, but still export out just one of the photos. Thank you so much for watching today's video. Don't forget, you can download this PSD file totally free on Phlearn.com. So you can actually go in here and look at this levels adjustment and play around with it for yourself. Don't forget to join us tomorrow where we show you how to create a mockup as a part of our 30 Days of Photoshop series. Thanks again. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye, everyone.